By changing one tiny setting in my bank account, I saved over $3,650 in a single year. Here's exactly what I did. In my bank account, I turned on one setting. Now, depending on your bank, this looks a little different. For some people, you can enable it yourself directly in the app. For others, you may need to call your bank provider and ask them to turn it on. But the feature itself is simple. I activated a rule where every time I made a debit card purchase, $5 would automatically transfer from my checking account into my savings account. That's it. No budgeting apps, no spreadsheets, no willpower, just one small setting working quietly in the background. Now think about how often you use your debit card. For me, it was everything. Coffee in the morning, gas for the car, lunch, groceries, clothes, small daily expenses. On average, I made about 2 debit card purchases per day. Some days more, some days less. And the key point is this: I never felt the $5 leaving. Now let's talk about the math, because this is where people underestimate the impact. $5 per purchase, 2 purchases per day. That's $10 saved per day. $10 doesn't feel like much. It doesn't change your lifestyle. It doesn't feel restrictive. But stretch that across time. $10 per day times 365 days. That's $3,650 in 1 year. And that's exactly what happened. I didn't plan to save $3,650. It just quietly accumulated in the background. Here's why this worked when everything else didn't. First, it required zero motivation. I didn't wake up inspired to save money. The system did the work for me. Second, I didn't stop living my life. I still bought coffee. I still ate out. I still spent money normally. I just paid my future self every time I did. And third, it removed emotional pain. $5 is small enough that your brain ignores it, but repetition turns something small into something powerful. That's why I call this a future me tax. Every time I spent money on my present life, I paid a small tax to my future life. So spending no longer felt irresponsible. It felt balanced.